Welcome back to my Pretty Little Liars rewatch recap series. Today we're talking about Season 1, Episode 8. Please do talk about me when I'm gone. And this episode is all about the past refusing to stay buried. While the girls are trying to honor Allison's memory with a memorial, old secrets keep resurfacing. New suspicions are raised, and A makes sure no one gets a moment of peace. Let's get into it. We start with the four girls planning Allison's memorial bench. At first, it feels like they're finally getting the chance to do something meaningful for their friend. After everything that's happened since Allison's disappearance, this is one thing they can control. But of course, it's Rosewood. Nothing stays simple for long. Right away, Hannah's storyline reminds us that her family is struggling financially. She tells her mom how embarrassed she was when her credit card declined at the store. Ashley admits it wasn't the first card that stopped working and tells Hannah they need to be careful with money for a while. I really like that the show keeps giving Hannah storylines outside of the mystery. She's funny, popular on the surface, but she's dealing with real problems at home. You can see how much she worries about her mom. The girls plan to meet with Jason DeLaurentis to go over the memorial plans. Spencer has already put together a program, but Jason has changed quite a bit of it. He only keeps the pictures the girls choose, and even changes the music, saying the cello player has a time limit. He also surprises them by saying he wants all four girls to speak at the memorial. Jason added that Jenna is also going to be speaking. The girls clearly aren't thrilled about that, especially considering everything that's happened between Jenna and Allison. Jason explains that he hopes this memorial will finally put pressure on the police to take Allison's murder seriously, because he feels like the investigation has gone nowhere. Watching this back, I can really understand Jason's frustrations. He's grieving his sister, but he's also desperate for answers. Back at the school, we get a little break from the mystery, with some relationship storylines. Hannah and Sean start talking about going on a double date with Arya and Noel. Hannah is excited about the idea, but there's one problem. Noel won't ask Arya unless he knows she'll say yes. Meanwhile, Emily asks Maya out on a date. I always smile during these scenes because Maya brings such a different energy to the show. She's confident, playful, and she pushes Emily to be honest with herself without forcing her. Over in the yearbook room, Hannah is giving advice for yearbook photo edits, and eventually Lucas offers to help her sell some of her things online. I love that Lucas is becoming more involved because he's such an underestimated character in these early episodes. Another big moment comes when Emily learns that her father's military unit is returning from Afghanistan. You can tell she's genuinely excited to have him home, but at the same time, she's nervous. Her relationship with Maya is growing, and now she's going to have to figure out what that means with her dad back in the picture. Hannah keeps encouraging Arya to go on a double date because she really wants to go with Sean. At first, Arya refuses. Between her parents' separation and everything going on in her personal life, dating is the last thing on her mind. But after thinking it over, she sends Hannah a text saying sorry, and she will come after all. Sometimes Arya agrees to do things not because she wants to, but because she doesn't want to disappoint the people she cares about. And the mystery picks back up when Officer Wilden questions Hannah about Toby. He's trying to find out whether Emily has heard from him, but Hannah immediately shuts him down and tells him to ask Emily herself. Not long after, Spencer confronts Jenna at the library about speaking at Allison's memorial. Instead of backing down, Jenna fires back. She tells Spencer that Allison was afraid of her. That's such a chilling accusation because it completely flips Spencer's understanding of her friendship with Allison. It also reminds us that everyone remembers Allison differently. Lucas continues helping Hannah sell some of her belongings, and during these scenes, we get more insight into Allison through flashbacks. Lucas remembers how cruel Allison can be. It's another reminder that Allison wasn't simply the perfect friend everyone mourns. She could also incredibly be hurtful. One of my favorite things about this season is how every flashback reveals another side of Allison, making her more complicated with each episode. There are also some touching family moments throughout the episode. Byron stops by to speak with Ashley, and we continue seeing the strain both families are under. The Montgomery family is dealing with the fallout from Byron's affair, while Ashley is doing everything she can to keep life together for Hannah. The adults have their own secrets, and those secrets continue affecting the children. Then comes an important clue. The girls discover that Toby called Allison the night she disappeared. It's another piece of the puzzle, but instead of giving them answers, it raises even more questions. Why did he call? What were they talking about? And what happened afterwards? Every clue in Rosewood seems to create three more mysteries. The double date finally happens. Hannah tells Arya to at least pretend she's having fun. Lucas unexpectedly shows up with money from the items Hannah sold, which creates an awkward moment. Meanwhile, Arya and Noel talk, and Arya keeps referring to the mystery Iceland guy, even though we know she's really talking about Ezra. She's trying so hard to protect her secret, but lying is becoming her second nature now. Emily and Maya go on their movie date, and it's honestly one of the sweetest moments in the episode. Maya asks if she'll get to meet Emily's dad when he comes home. Emily doesn't answer. Instead, the movie starts. The silence says everything. Emily isn't ready for those words to collide just yet. Before long, the two share another kiss, and you can really see Emily becoming more comfortable with who she is, even if she's still scared about what comes next. Spencer spends some time thinking about Allison while holding Allison's friendship bracelet. Then, of course, A interrupts the moment with another text. Do it right. I'll be watching. Just like Tom Sawyer. Even during something as personal as planning a memorial, A refuses to let these girls grieve in peace. Jason later tells Spencer something that completely catches her off guard. He believes Spencer was responsible for what happened to Jenna. Whether that's true or not, it's another example of how guilt, blame, and suspicion are constantly shifting from one person to another. One moment that really stood out to me was Hannah using the money from selling her own belongings to buy groceries. She isn't thinking about herself. She's trying to help her mom. Ashley appreciates the gesture, but tells Hannah not to do it again because she's the parent and she'll figure things out. It's a small scene, but it says so much about their relationship. Finally, the memorial takes place. It's emotional watching everyone come together to remember Allison. Afterwards, Jason gives the girls Allison's friendship bracelet. Immediately, they realize something doesn't add up. They already found what they had believed was Allison's bracelet in the woods. If Jason has a real bracelet now, then the one they found earlier must have been planted. There's a huge realization because it means someone deliberately tried to mislead them. And just when you thought the episode was ending on a thoughtful note, someone vandalized Allison's memorial. Even after everything that's happened, someone still isn't willing to let Allison rest in peace. My rewatch thoughts today are this episode isn't packed with huge action scenes, but it's incredibly important because it keeps peeling back the layer of Allison's life. Every flashback changes the way we see her. Every clue raises a new question. And every relationship, whether it's Emily and Maya, Hannah and Ashley, or Spencer and Jason, feels a little more complicated than it did before. It's a slower episode compared to some of the others, but it does quite a fantastic job building the mystery while giving us meaningful character moments. So my question of the day is, what was the biggest clue you noticed in this episode? For me, it was realizing the bracelet in the woods couldn't have been Allison's after Jason handed the girls the real one. That's one detail that completely changed how I looked at the earlier episodes. I'll see y'all in episode 9. Have a good day.